Hi, guys. All right. Hi. Happy Saturday. Sunday, I mean. Gosh, I'm on the wrong day here. Hi, Daniela. Hi, Nancy. Wait for a few people come in. Hi, Susan. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Amber. Classy Latina. Heidi. Flora. Barbara. Flora. Stacy. Hi, guys. How are you? I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Hey, Kelly, Deborah, Lori, Daniela, Dee, Jennifer, Darcy. Hi from Norway. Awesome. All right, let's let everybody get on. Hi, Tina. Hi, Wendy, Paula, Jen. Oh, thank you, Porter. I appreciate it. Hey, Eva. Hey, Heather, Sue, Patty. All right, I'm so glad that you guys could join me today for our live session. Getting ready for camping is taking the whole weekend up. I'm just waiting for everybody to get on here. Hey, Chrissy. All right. So I hope that this schedule has helped you guys. Hey, Martha. I hope that this schedule has helped you guys by knowing when I'm going to post these live sessions. So basically, just if you guys weren't with me last week, I'm going to be doing Skincare Sunday live every first and third Sunday of the month. So you can just put that into your calendars. It's always 11:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is California time. And so you can put those in your calendar if you guys can ever join me. All right. Hey, Misty, Amy, Cindy, awesome. Kim, hi, Kim. All right, good. We got an amount coming into the live today. Thank you guys so much. Hey, I wanted to start this out by saying thank you guys so much. I reached 65,000 subscribers about a day and a half ago, and I just want to say thank you guys so much. It's all because of you, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to be doing a huge giveaway when we reach 70,000, so keep sharing all of my videos and liking them because that helps me get into the algorithms of YouTube and subscribing, of course, but you guys are all my subscribers. So I just wanted to appreciate you guys so much and just know that from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. I am going to be posting all next week while I am at the lake camping, and so it'll be some fun videos next week. Just keep posted for it because I'm not quite sure if I'll have Wi-Fi and all of that good stuff. So just keep your ears. And I'm also going to be vlogging the whole camping trip. I don't know if you guys are excited to see that or not, but to see basically a fish out of water, I think it might be fun. I think I'm going to do like a camping makeup look, like tutorial inside the camper van. I just think it'd be really fun. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know if you guys even want to see that. Oh, Barbara, welcome. It's your first time catching live. Amazing. Great. Okay, perfect. And you guys gave me such great advice for camping on my last video. Thank you so much. I've actually written down a lot of what you have said to get, and I got that yesterday, so thank you. All right. Hey, Steph. I'm glad to see you in here, Steph. Really, really glad to see you. Okay, let's jump into the topic. Perfect. We're going to be talking about niacinamide today. This is very kind of a question that I get from a lot of you guys. Should I use it? What is it? What is it good for? All of that stuff. So we're going to jump into that today. So if you have any questions, hold them until I'm just done with this topic. We talk about the topic for the first 15, 20 minutes, and then I answer questions for the last 10, 15 minutes, okay? All right. So, oh, thank you, Gabby, for sending your love to Steph. We appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, ready. Let's talk about this. So, niacinamide, when I was doing research and when I was thinking about this ingredient, because I obviously used to use this ingredient a lot in my skin studio. It was something that I, recommended as far as products to my clients, and it was something that I talked about. But now, since being on YouTube, I never really hear a lot of people talking about it, nor do I feel that there are a lot of product companies, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of product companies that really cater and market niacinamide as an ingredient. So I don't know if that's your guys' experience, that you don't hear a lot about it. Maybe now, because I think more, YouTubers are talking about it. But I really feel that not a lot of companies are saying, like, this is the selling point of niacinamide. Niacinamide is in this serum or in this moisturizer. So I really thought that that was interesting, and I will tell you why. I have my whole list of stuff right here, but I'll tell you why this ingredient, in my opinion, is so, so important. And actually, it's one of the only, there's maybe like 4 or 5 ingredients that almost everybody can use, and this is one of them. All right, so let's get into this. Heidi says sometimes it's in the list, but they don't promote it. Exactly, and that's what I find, and you actually will see that a lot of product companies put this ingredient in a lot of their skincare. It's just is not something that's talked about, but mark my words, you will start hearing about this more often as we go into the rest of the year and into next year. All right, so let's talk about what niacinamide is. It's basically a water-soluble vitamin. It's B3. It's a B3 vitamin. So as most B vitamins, it's very stable, which is what we want in skincare. It's a very inexpensive ingredient to kind of put into skincare. It's not one of those super expensive. So most skincare companies, it would behoove them to put this into skincare. Since it is a B3 vitamin, it is going to obviously nourish the skin. So basically, some of the claims that I feel are supported is that it boosts collagen production. It is absolutely a powerhouse for anti-aging. So what it does is it goes in and helps the synthesis of collagen production. So it definitely adds to the plumping and firming of the skin. This is where it is kind of amazing, is for my acne sufferers, hormonal, postmenopausal, menopausal, anybody that has acne, even younger, 20s and things like that. I don't like to talk about anybody under 18, but anybody that is, really suffering with acne, this product in a serum form and in a moisturizer form can add the most amazing benefits for inflammation of the acne, reducing the acne marks that come after, the pigmentation, also with current inflamed acne. I actually, when I was doing my research, I watched Dr. J, which, she and I don't see, she's a dermatologist on Instagram, on YouTube. She and I don't see eye to eye very often, but she and I definitely see eye to eye on this topic. She was talking about this study that basically said that, so if you're an acne sufferer, you actually can be prescribed clindamycin. Clindamycin is basically a over-the-counter, or I shouldn't say over-the-counter, it's a prescription. So we know all those things that sometimes antibiotics can do to our body, but there was a study that talked about that they used clindamycin, and then another group used niacinamide, and they are almost equivalent, the effects that they got from each. So basically what that's saying is niacinamide is just as effective at reducing inflammation and acne that a prescription drug is. So I found that to be really, really inspiring as the effects and efficacy of niacinamide. So that is something. So if you're an acne sufferer, really, really, really great product to start incorporating into your routine for sure. It also increases barrier function. So that's like one of the big things with healthy skin, is that you have a great barrier function, which basically means the health of your skin. So the skin protects itself from pollution and all sorts of environmental aggressors. So it helps boost a barrier function, as well as helps stop epidermal water loss. We've talked about this a couple of times. Epidermal water loss is basically when the water in your skin evaporates. So that's why whenever you wash your face, I recommend patting it dry immediately, so you don't, sorry, my phone is right here, I apologize. So you don't have that evaporation happening. So when you leave water on the skin, it can take water obviously on top of your skin and then also inside of your skin out. So then it dehydrates the skin. So this niacinamide helps with transepidermal water loss. So again, importance in healthy, glowing, anti-aging skin is hydration. So that is why this ingredient is so fantastic. It's also great for sensitive skin types, rosacea, eczema. It has been shown to really show that the inflammation from those two problems or skin conditions has been greatly reduced. So it's great for sensitive skin types for sure. It also can shrink your pores is what the research that I did is what they said, but I don't necessarily know if it does or not. Again, I don't have large pores. I think proper cleansing, proper exfoliation can really shrink your pores more than this, but hey, why not? You're using it for a couple of other things. Why not see if it is going to help shrink your pores? I definitely think that the Paula's Choice has one, and The Ordinary has a niacinamide serum that I think is 9 or 10%. And so when you have those higher percentages of niacinamide, they're obviously going to be more effective. And so I think maybe more in those percentages, it might help with the pore reduction. Okay. Now, it basically, I just want to read my notes here. And they did talk about two things. I did hear, so I've never had a reaction with niacinamide. I don't know if you guys have or not, but niacinamide can sometimes in some people cause kind of a stinging or prickly effect to the skin. Again, I've never had that happen, but some people do have that kind of reaction to it, which I find interesting because it is so stable and it is so benign almost. So if you have that, I urge you to kind of, if you can, if it's not too bad, to push through it because you will get used to it, but some people just can't use it. A very small percentage of people cannot use niacinamide, but, comment below and let me know if that's something that you guys have ran into. I will talk about the products that niacinamide can go with right now. So there's a big kind of mystery going on, especially on YouTube, with people saying that you cannot use niacinamide with vitamin C. This is my opinion. This is my research. It's very, very false and outdated. You can use niacinamide with vitamin C. You can actually use niacinamide with almost anything. You can actually use it with retin A if you really want, but to be honest with you, since niacinamide helps protect the skin against free radicals and also UV damage, ultraviolet damage from the sun, I actually would suggest using it during the day, to be totally honest. It goes beautifully with vitamin C, like I just said, so I would reincorporate it during the day. And there's a bunch of conversation about the percentages of it. So a lot of companies don't say what percentage of niacinamide is in it, but if you can find it, anywhere between 3 to 5% of niacinamide is what you want. Anything above that really just needs to be monitored very carefully and more used in strategic areas. So for example, that The Ordinary one with the zinc in it, which is a calming ingredient, needs to be used more in strategic areas like right here or where you have, pigmentation, etc. That's what I didn't talk about. So it's also been known to help with pigmentation. I'm going to be really honest with you. I have never seen a big difference in hyperpigmentation, mine is like sunspots and melasma, from using a niacinamide serum. So a lot of people have said that it helps with pigmentation, but you know what? It helps with so many other things that why not? Just use it and see if maybe you are one of the people that it can help with hyperpigmentation. So I hope that kind of helps make you understand why I feel niacinamides are so important. CeraVe actually has a lot of niacinamides in their products, so you can feel really good about it. Now, if you guys are my overseas people, the La Roche-Posay has quite a few of their niacinamides. I know that's a drugstore brand for you guys, and so that is a fantastic brand for cost effectiveness that has niacinamide in it. Really a great way to use this product is to use use a moisturizer. If you already have your serum routine done and you just think to yourself, there is no way that I am going to be adding another serum in, I'm already confused, I don't know what's going on, then use it in a moisturizer. And that can really honestly be used at any time of the day with any ingredient. So it can be used with your glycolics, it can be used with your retinols, it can be used with your vitamin C's, your hyaluronic acid, your alpha albutrin, your mexatrixyl, which I get told I say that wrong, so I'm sorry, but that's how I think it's said. But so if you use it as a moisturizer, you're good to go. It might be the easiest way to incorporate this product or this ingredient into your routine. And like I said, CeraVe has great day and night moisturizers with niacinamide in it. Okay. But I did also, in the description box of this video, put in some of my favorite serums for with this product in it. One is the Glossier Super Pure. It's a vitamin B3 serum. So you also, by the way, I don't know if it might confuse you guys, you'll see this also as a vitamin B3 serum. And they won't say niacinamide, or in the ingredients they'll list like B3, just so you know those are the same thing. Okay, so that's the ingredient you're looking for. There's another product called Insta Natural Niacinamide Serum. That's fantastic, really clean. And the Paula's Choice, of course, what we just talked about, the 10% Niacinamide Booster. Now, when you see booster, that can actually be added to anything you want. You can put that in other serums. You can put that in any, moisturizers. So that is how I love that product, because it's supposed to be used in combination with other products. So you just add it to it. So I love that. And then, of course, we already talked about the Ordinary's Niacinamide 10% plus zinc. SkinCeuticals has also another one. Their hydrating B5 gel has them in it. Anyway, so there's a bunch of products out there that is going to be really fantastic for this ingredient. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to look at the comments right now and see if you guys have any other questions on this. All right. I use it with glycolic acid and no problems. Yep, exactly. It's so stable and so benign that you don't have to worry about it. That's exactly right, Louisa. Okay, she said, so Anne says, I use niacinamide in my AM routine for 2 months now and vitamin C in my PM routine. I've noticed a difference in my skin texture. Fantastic. Love to hear that. Barbara says the Roche-Posay in France is a pharmacy product, not drugstore. I would love to know what's the difference, Barbara. Is pharmacy more higher end than drugstore? So let me know. Car just said I ordered the CeraVe PM yesterday per recommendation in your video for skincare in your 40s. Wonderful, Car. I hope you really enjoy it. It's fantastic. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, because it's kind of a touchier subject with this product, is that it can control oil. So it's really fantastic for all skin types, but really fantastic as well for oilier skin types. So if you are oily and you have an overproduction of oil, because it is basically it's a humectant, it helps with barrier function, it controls oil. And that's obviously great for acne sufferers, because usually acne sufferers are more oily. Again, usually, not the, that's not the rule. It's just in general. So it actually can control oil production, which obviously helps with, if you have less oil, less acne breakouts, less clogged pores, things of that nature. But there's back and forth research done if this really is effective. But I noticed that when I use a niacinamide serum, I notice my skin is a lot more even tempered. So for me, it just keeps everything like hydrated to its natural, normal baseline. So in my opinion, it does, control oil. So it would be fantastic for oilier skin types as well. All right, let's see here. Anne says, we call drugstore pharmacy in Europe. Oh, good to know. See, you learn something every day. Okay, perfect. Love it. So Steph says, so is it more of an active ingredient or an inactive ingredient? Okay, so that's a really great question, Steph. It is not a drug. So it is not regulated like your acids, your salicylic or your glycolic. You'll see those listed as active ingredients on your ingredient list. So in terms of it being active or inactive, it's really going to be classified as inactive because, again, it's not a drug. And you really have to make sure that you're going with a very reputable company because, again, it's not regulated. So you have no idea how much it's in there unless they tell you. The products I've listed below, I really believe in. They're companies. I know that they are fantastic companies and will give you the right amounts that are good for skin. So again, the short story is that it is inactive. Great question, Steph. Christiana, oh, I don't even know this is happening when with the lives. I have been missing them. I actually set up for this to schedule, so you guys should have, if it was doing what it said, you should have gotten a notification that I was going live a couple of days ago when I scheduled it. Daniela asks, can this be used under makeup? Absolutely. No problem. Diana says, so if you use CeraVe moisturizer, would that be enough? Absolutely. You're good to go. Just make sure in that specific CeraVe moisturizer, because most have it in it that it has either vitamin B3 or the word niacinamide in the ingredients. All right, Robbie says, Dermstore one says it's for hydration. Yeah, so like we talked about, it's hydrating to the skin, it protects the barrier function, and it boosts collagen production and all of that good stuff. So yes, it's absolutely great for hydration, which is oilier skin types, if this makes sense. Oilier skin types actually need more hydration than most other skin types because usually the overproduction of oil, and again, in general, the overproduction of oil means that the skin is dehydrated. Okay? All right. Says, Karen says, I put niacinamide on first and then Retin-A last. Perfect. Dina says, will it help with melasma? There is a lot of studies out there that says it does help with melasma. Yes, there are studies out there. All right. Says, I tried theirs and saw no different. I just ordered one from Victoria's Health from Go. Okay, cool. Oh, so Misty says, I did get the notification. Woohoo! Yay! That's fantastic. I'm glad you got that. Yay! That worked out. Yes, Jane, yes. Beautylish does sell The Ordinary, yes. Claudia says, please recommend one for oily skin. I'm not quite sure, Claudia, what you mean, babe. So Nancy says, good for 60-something. Absolutely. All the ingredients we talk about on my channel, on Skincare Sunday Lives, any type of ingredient that I speak about is always good for all ages. But, you know, my main is 30 and above. I don't like to talk about in your 20s because there's a lot that goes on and you don't need a lot of products in your 20s. But yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so Lori says, I didn't know you could use it with Retin-A. Yeah, again, since it's sable and water soluble, it is fantastic to use with a lot of stuff, a lot of serums. Okay, so Amy says, my cure-all has tretinoin, alzaic acid, and niacinamide. Awesome, love that. Perfect. Okay, so Barbara says the difference between peptides and niacinamide. So if you guys went back to last week's Skincare Sunday Live, and then the one I did a couple of weeks before that, so peptides are, okay, so niacinamide is basically an ingredient that is going to be for hyperpigmentation, collagen production, really great for acne sufferers, great for hydration, and oil production. Okay, so that is what niacinamides are. Peptides are, they actually have a lot of the similar same in benefits. So I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. So hold on one second, Barbara. That's a great, great question. I'm going to just take a quick peek here. I'm fumbling over my words because I want to remember what I talked about last week. All right. All right. So So basically, the difference between peptides and niacinamides is that peptides are something that actually our body needs to create volume and luminosity in the skin. So I guess what the question would be, Barbara, is do you need both? And if you ask some of the other people that are in this community, a lot of people don't believe in peptides. So they just go straight for niacinamides. And so it's very much... it's very much a belief. So I use both in my skincare because I see benefits from it. But if you are going to be if you want to simplify things, if you want to be a minimalist, I would just go for your niacinamides and just call it a day. Use your moisturizers or your serums because we also know that it does. So niacinamide also helps with free radicals. And peptides do not. So that also might be a trade-off as well. So it's just something to think about. So I hope that that answered your question, Barbara. I'm just, all right. All right, let's look at the other questions. So Susan asks, can you use them around the eye area? It's actually a question that I get a lot. If it does, this is just my opinion. If it doesn't say eye area, I don't use any products that way. But you'll notice, like I said, that a lot of products that are for the eye area contain niacinamide. So just look at your ingredients. It's totally fine. It's not about the ingredient for the eye area. It's more about the concentration of amount of it in a product and if it says for the eye area. I hope that that makes sense. Okay. Adele asks wait, hold on. I missed it. Okay. Sorry. Just want to make sure. So Kate asks, what about rosacea? I can't use any retinol products. Yep, absolutely. Like I just said, Kate, it's fantastic for rosacea and eczema sufferers because it does help with inflammation. Okay. All right. You guys are so cute. You guys are talking back and forth to each other. Okay, so D asks, does it have to say niacinamide or things like Synth 6? Just in general, you're looking for the word niacinamide or B3, okay? That's what you're looking for. Those are the same thing. It's just a different way of putting it, okay? What else are you guys saying here? My PK is almost gone thanks to Elle. I don't, Sherry says, I don't find it does anything for my melasma, but my skin looks better since I started using it more, even pores. Yeah, exactly, Sherry. So the same thing that I just said, I don't ever feel like it does tons of things for my melasma, but a lot of people say that it does, so we're on the same boat with that. But again, like you said, it does, I feel my skin is better for it. Daily vlogs with Lisa Ann. Hello, Elle, my friend. Hugs. Thank you for doing this video. You are so welcome. I love it. Rafaela says, is it better than squalene? So squalene is it's a substitute for hyaluronic acid. So it is a hydrator. It is a humectant. One is not better than the other. But squalene's main job is to hold in moisture. Okay, that's its main job. So niacinamide does not replace squalene, in my opinion. Those two are separate. So niacinamide does a whole list of things, but it doesn't. Squalene is something that is its only job, and I shouldn't say only, but in general, it has a few other benefits, but its main job is to hold in moisture, to really give the skin some suppleness and to make sure that the skin doesn't get too dehydrated, okay? So that's squalene's main job, just like hyaluronic acid is, okay? So one can't replace the other. It's just that niacinamide happens to do a similar thing, but to a different effect or to a different degree, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Oh, great. I'm so glad that makes sense, Barbara. I'm so sorry. I know that's kind of like a convoluted answer because I know that Barbara's the one that asked about peptides. Because peptides do help with collagen production and they do help with, it's more of an aging ingredient, but there's a big controversy whether peptides really penetrate the skin. We talked about last week that I don't feel copper peptides are necessary, but we'll see. I believe in peptides. So it's just kind of a give or take situation. So I do feel you could pick one or the other. I just decide to do both because I'm a little bit indulgent. All right, cool. So let's see here. Margie asks, wait, what's this? Hold on a second. Okay, I'm missing a few here. You guys are talking so fast. I love it. Okay, so Margie says, what step? I'm not quite sure, Margie. You can use niacinamide at any point in your routine, just before oils, or if it's in your moisturizer, then it's in your moisturizer. Chrissy says, I was going to say I'm going to have to go back and watch this, but I accidentally sent it halfway. Oops. Have you ever heard of a skincare line called Skin Better Science? No, I haven't. I will definitely look into that for sure. Jeanette says, Skin Diva doesn't ship to Canada. What are your thoughts on Timeless? That's a bummer. I didn't know that. Okay, so everybody asks me about Timeless. Please look at the ingredients. When I talked about Timeless, I talked about a few of their products that I really wholeheartedly believe. So I did an affordable skincare, green skincare about 3 weeks ago. Skincare Sunday. If you want to watch that, go take a quick peek. But you really need to check the ingredients for Timeless because some of their stuff has a really high percentage and a high placement on the ingredients list of alcohol. So I just want you guys to really be very cautious of those ingredients in that product. And we've talked enough about ingredients, kind of the bad ones, for you guys to know what to look out for the first 7 ingredients, okay? So I don't hate Timeless. I think that they're a great alternative. I just want you guys to really be a detective into their ingredients, okay? All right. Why? Okay, Barbara says, why difference does it make to use products around the eyes for just they're careful not to get in? Oh, Barbara's saying, why is it important to use products that are made for your eyes? And this is, again, Barbara, this is just my opinion. It is honestly, if it's made for the eyes, it's made usually at a little bit lower dose, as well as it is, the delivery system is different because the skin around our eyes is so fine and it's so delicate that sometimes the higher concentrations in the way that this is delivered can be very irritating to the eye area. A lot of people get burning sensations. A lot of eye products don't have fragrance in them. So to me, it's formulated differently. Delivery system is made different. So it's just made for that sensitive eye area. Okay. Margie says, what step do you use this in your skincare routine? I use it before my hyaluronic acid sometimes or after. I'm not a super stickler with the way that I use them. It's all about the type of serum. So I use serums that are more watery first, and then as they go up in opacity, I use those. I have actually a whole video on how to layer serums, and that's the philosophy that I use, which is make sure that you start with the thinnest and clearest serums, and you go all the way through up to the more thicker, more hydrating, they're more opaque serums, and then you go into the rest of your routine. So I hope that makes sense. Kate says, says, thank you. My skin has never looked better. I'm 67, ordering Insta Naturals. Oh, perfect. I'm so glad. And then she says, thank you for recommending the Dr. Dennis Gross peel pads. You're so welcome, Kate. Okay, somebody says, can the ordinary niacinamide with zinc also be good for dry skin? I'm a bit frightened by the zinc. Oh no, zinc helps with the it not being, it helps make sure that it helps buffer the skin. So zinc is an anti-inflammatory. Again, like I said, the niacinamides is perfect for all skin types. It's a humectant. It is going to be great for hydration in the skin. So if you have dry skin, niacinamide is going to be great for you. Okay. Nana says, what do you think about Vitta Serum Vitamin B3? I have never heard of that, actually. But if it's vitamin B3, then it's a niacinamide serum, so fantastic. Deborah Lee says, any recommendations of brands with this? Yes, so Deborah, I have linked them in the description box. Karen says, Elle, do you use anything internally for your skin? Yeah, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I actually have a whole little highlights. It's those little bubbles at the top of my profile, and it says beauty foods, and those are the foods that I use for internal health. So I use a collagen supplement. I have bars that I use every once in a while, and then I also have a Beauty Chef drink that I use. Okay. All right. So let's see if anybody has any more questions. If not, I'm going to jump off. All right. Okay. So Sherry says niacinamide stung my eye when I first started using it, but after a few weeks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes some people have a small irritation with it. So it's just up to you whether you want to push forward or you want to. And it shouldn't be like a severe burning. Okay. I'm talking about like a light stinging. Kristen says, doesn't she look pretty today? Aw, thank you. She says, you look thinner. Oh, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. Jen says, also, I've learned about products around the eyes that are not meant for there just because it doesn't bother you at first, can still irritate down the lane. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with Jen. All right. What else do we have going on here? So Janice says, I've been using Dr. Nisgro's peel pads for about 6 months, along with other serums that you have mentioned in your videos. And she says, I have milia on my forehead and some on my face around my eyes. If you guys have been following me long enough, you know that milia is not something that I recommend that you deal with at home. You need to go to a dermatologist. It's a very, very quick, it takes 2 seconds. They prick it with a needle, or it's a lance basically, and then they extract the hardened sebum inside that milia, and you won't scar the whole thing. If you just go to see a dermatologist to get that taken care of. It's not something that you should be taken care of at home. No matter what you do as far as exfoliation, it will not get rid of it, and that's just my opinion. All right. Oh, Robbie says, how's my tooth? So much better. Oh my God, you guys, so much better. That root canal was horrible, but my face feels so much better. Okay, perfect. Love is Hope. She says, best vitamin C serum. Is vitamin C a serum? I want one that goes together well with niacinamide. So any vitamin C serum can go with together with vitamin C. If you've known me long enough, I love the May Love Serum, the Glow Maker. I do really like the Drunk Elephant vitamin C serum. And one of my other favorite brands has some new stuff coming out, so we'll see. I use CeraVe products for 15 years and feel niacinamide has kept my skin looking great. Perfect. I love that. Rafaela says, can we use it after peptide serums? Absolutely. Yep. All right. What does the camping adventure begin? Janet says, when does the camping adventure begin? You guys, tomorrow. Do you guys want me to vlog it? Like, should I record the whole process and put it into a vlog for you guys? Okay. We'll see. Somebody says, Elle, for very dry skin, would you recommend the Perfect Canvas for Ren or the Too Faced Hangover Primer? Too Faced Hangover Primer for sure. Ren is great, but it also controls oil, and you don't need that. Is there a good night cream with niacinamide? Nancy asks. If you are in the U.S. or you can get your hands on the CeraVe PM moisturizer, that is fantastic. It has niacinamide in it. Somebody asked, yes, vlog it. Everybody's like, yes, vlog it. Perfect. Okay. So Karen asks, if I'm using Algenist Genius Liquid Collagen, do I still need to add one of these products? This is going to be actually a really good question, and I'll kind of leave it off on this one. I get a lot of questions of, I'm getting really confused. I don't know what to buy. I have all of these serums. I do so if you have an iPhone, I provide a service. It's a paid service it's an app called Instant Go. I have it in all of my description boxes, but I get a lot of video chats with people, like they literally pull up like bags of serums and how do I use them, and multiple, they have multiple of the same serums over and over again. So what I would recommend is, if you're using the Genius collagen serum, it is one of my favorite collagen boosting serums. If you are not using anything else, so say you are only using that with like a vitamin C and then you're done, I would recommend using a niacinamide serum, absolutely. But if you're already using like coenzyme Q10, a peptide serum, all of these other things, then let's just kind of cycle through what we own so we're not over purchasing. And then once we are done with a serum, maybe add in a niacinamide serum and see what the skin does differently. So I wouldn't run out and buy one, but if you have a very minimalist routine, you can definitely use it. And obviously with the Alginist, you can use it with it. But it is a collagen boosting. That's its main job. So you're going to get the most collagen boosting effects from that product. I hope that makes sense. All right. Thanks, Robbie. Something is drying out my skin. Does antibiotics cause this by chance? Yes, absolutely, Robbie. People that are on long-term antibiotics and medicine can have very unfortunate reactions to their skin, for sure. So I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry about that, Robbie. I'm sorry. All right. Love as Hope says, I need to do a consultation with you. Let me know. I would love to do that with you. Misty says, any budget-friendly products for hyperpigmentation and melasma? I have actually a Skincare Sunday all about pigmentation, so check that out. But in my opinion, most budget-friendly products don't have enough of a high enough percentage of vitamin C and a few other things to help with that. But if you watched my Affordable Skincare Sunday, there is a product in there by Cosar, oh my God, what is QRX Labs? That is a fantastic lightening serum. That one and the new serum I'm using from Sonage are the only two that I've ever seen a real big difference from. So watch that Affordable Skincare Sunday video. I think it's 3 weeks ago. That might help you. All right. Okay, perfect. All right, cool. I will definitely vlog that for you guys. I think it'll be really fun. Barbara says, have you ever posted a video of how you organize all your products? No, and I'll do that though, Barbara. That's a great question. I'll definitely do that. Okay, cool. DM making an appointment. Okay. Last question by Jade. If you use more than one product with niacinamide in your routine, does it double the concentration? I don't know if I'm understanding the question completely correct, but no, it wouldn't double anything. No. Like if you're using niacinamide in a serum and niacinamide in your moisturizer, I think is what you're asking. No, it doesn't. It doesn't double up on that, but it does boost it a tiny bit, but not to the effects of like, oh, I'm going to use a retinol moisturizer with my Retin-A. That would be disastrous. Okay, so no, it's not enough to use double up on it. Okay, but it's not going to hurt you. So just FYI, with niacinamide is one of, if you use a vitamin C serum and then a vitamin C moisturizer, it's not going to hurt you. If you use a AHA or BHA serum and then an AHA BHA moisturizer, that might be a little bit too much for the skin. But niacinamide is so benign and doesn't have a lot of reaction to it, so you're good to go. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I hope that this answered your questions. If you are an acne sufferer, please try niacinamide's serums out. I think you will really find this to be helpful and beneficial. If you have, again, like I said, I don't love to talk about people under 18, but if you are parents or caregivers of kids that have acne problems, look into niacinamides, look into that with a dermatologist treatment, because it really can be, maybe what you should do is try it before you go on antibiotics, or those kids or anybody goes on antibiotics. Try a serum that has a higher percentage of niacinamide in it, 5% or above, and see what happens. All right. So I really appreciate you guys. Somebody says, you didn't answer my question. What's your question? Your question is acne, please? I'm not quite sure what that question is, but you want acne products? That's for another topic. If you want to DM me, I will try my best within the next week or so, since I'll be out of town next week, to answer that for you. But that's a whole host of a lot of questions, a lot of topic there. Okay, perfect. Oh wait, sorry. Niacinamide stings with acne. Yeah, and again, that is something that if you, like I said before, if you want to push through it, then go for it. Some people have talked about that. A lot of people say that it actually diminishes after you have used it for a little while. You will not get that stinging sensation, but it's up to you. It's a personal decision for sure. But all right, so if you guys aren't following me, oh, Sherry says, when will your cute makeup brush roll be available? It will be available in July. Okay, so our target launch date is July 10th, but the website is giving us a few issues. I want the website to be beautiful and a beautiful experience for you guys. And so it's taking a little bit longer than expected, but thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate it. But please make sure you're following Elle Leary Artistry on Instagram, as well as Hardware Beauty on Instagram. I know some of you guys don't have an Instagram account, but please, that's where you're going to find the most information, updated information on when this is going to be coming out. Of course, I'll be talking about it on my channel, but that's where we're going to be doing a countdown. I'm going to be doing some giveaways, so make sure you guys are following me there. But thank you for asking. All right, cool. PCP gave them each a script. I'm not quite sure what that's about. Okay. All right, so I am going to hang out with my family, get ready for our trip, and I will see you guys on for Skincare Sunday, obviously next week. But my live will be every first and third Sunday of the month, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys have a very safe 4th of July. Please be safe and kind to yourself, and I love you guys so, so much. And again, follow me on Instagram, because I will be doing a lot of Insta stories on my camping trip. Wish me luck. All right, you guys. So I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you guys on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, you guys.